Some lies are small, aren't they? A little white lie to spare someone's feelings. A tiny fib just to avoid a bit of drama. We've all been there. But then there are the other lies, the kind that poison everything they touch, that twist reality until you can't tell what's real anymore. This is one of those stories. It's the story of my sister, and the day my world shattered when I realized her cancer wasn't real. It all started so slowly, so subtly, you almost wouldn't notice. A vague post on Instagram, "Got some bad news today, but I'm staying strong." That was the first breath. Then came Mare. Blurry photos from what looked like a hospital room, a hand with an IV drip. Then came the shaved head, the tearful videos where she'd talk about fighting the good fight. It was heartbreaking to watch. She told our family directly soon after, stage 3 lymphoma. The words hung in the air, heavy and terrifying. She explained that the treatment would be brutal, that it would test her in every way imaginable. And then she said it, that she might not make it. We were absolutely devastated. I remember crying for weeks, feeling this hollow ache in my chest that just wouldn't go away. My parents, without a second thought, emptied their savings account to help with the medical bills. It was their life savings, gone in an instant. Friends rallied, organizing a GoFundMe that spread like wildfire. People from all over sent care packages, handwritten letters filled with hope and endless prayers. The outpouring of love was immense, and through it all, she played the part perfectly. Her voice was always weak and raspy. Her skin was pale, a look she perfected with makeup. She was almost always wrapped in this soft, pink robe, her symbol of a fragile warrior. She looked like every image of a cancer patient you've ever seen. But even with all the evidence, something in the back of my mind felt off. It was a tiny, nagging feeling I just couldn't shake. I started noticing the inconsistencies. She never once showed us any official diagnosis paperwork. When we asked, she'd get defensive, saying it was too painful to look at. She refused to name her oncologist, just calling him Dr. Miller at a big downtown hospital. And whenever I offered to drive her to chemo, to sit with her, to hold her hand, she'd have an excuse. "Oh, it's just a quick infusion, 2 deal. Just grab an Uber. Don't worry about it." Every single time. The real turning point came on a Tuesday. I was grabbing coffee at a little cafe downtown, miles from her apartment, and I saw her. She was sitting with a group of friends, laughing, but it wasn't just the laughter that stopped me in my tracks. Her hair, it was fully grown back, thick and healthy. Her skin was glowing. She looked vibrant. When I walked over and confronted her, her eyes went wide with panic. She stammered, saying she was in remission, that it was a miracle. But her eyes, they darted away, unable to meet mine. And in that moment, I knew the tiny, nagging feeling became a roaring alarm. So, I started digging. I became a detective in my own family's tragedy. I called the hospital she claimed to be visiting, the one with the mysterious Dr. Miller. I went through every department. There was no record of her. Not as a patient, not for an infusion, nothing. Then, I looked into the GoFundMe. I got the bank details from the friend who set it up. The money wasn't going to a medical provider or a hospital billing department. It was going directly into my sister's personal bank account. My stomach dropped. And then I found the receipts in the trash in her car, tucked into her purse. Receipts for expensive hair dye, spa treatments, facials, massages, and the worst one, a booking confirmation for a luxury hotel stay, dated on the very same day she told us she was too sick from chemo to even move. The lie was unraveling, piece by sickening piece. The final, undeniable proof. Her chemo port, the little scar she'd point to on her chest, wasn't a scar at all. I saw it up close one day. It was a small, expertly done tattoo. Her nausea was just her skipping meals to look thinner for a photo shoot she'd booked. I had to confront her, but I did it alone. I couldn't blow up the family without talking to her first. I laid out all the evidence, the bank statements, the hotel booking, the phone call to the hospital. I looked her in the eye and just asked, why? Why would you do this to us? To Mom and Dad. She didn't even try to deny it. She just crumbled. The performance was over. And through her tears, she said the words, "I will never forget. You all finally paid attention to me. For the first time in my entire life, I mattered." I was shattered. It wasn't just the lie that broke me, it was the twisted, desperate truth beneath it. She didn't want the money. Not really. She didn't care about the gifts. She just wanted to be seen. She wanted to feel important. But at what cost? Our parents are heartbroken, not just about the money, but about the betrayal. Our friends feel used, their kindness manipulated for a stage play, and the real cancer patients, the ones who are actually fighting for their lives. They are furious, and rightfully so, that someone would exploit their very real suffering for a few likes and some fleeting attention. I told the family everything. It was the hardest conversation of my life. The reactions were split. Some believed me immediately, their own nagging doubts finally validated. But others called me cruel, jealous. They accused me of trying to steal her spotlight. Can you imagine? Her spotlight? But I couldn't stay silent. I couldn't let it continue, because every single day she kept pretending she was drowning out the voice of someone else with real pain, someone who actually needed the help and compassion she was stealing. Today, she's cut off from most of us. The trust is gone, maybe forever. She says she's in therapy, but honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. And I'm left with this question that haunts me. Was this a calculated, cruel act? Or was it a symptom of a deep, profound mental illness? I don't have the answers, but I do know this: attention should never require a fake death sentence, and love should never have to be earned through lies. For anyone out there who has been used as an audience for someone else's drama, please know this: your compassion is not a weakness, but your boundaries. They are your survival. So now I have to ask you, what would you have done? Would you have exposed her and shattered the family? Or would you have protected the illusion a little longer? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments. This one cuts deep. If this story left you as speechless as it left me, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell. We share true, unbelievable stories from Reddit every single day, so you'll never run out of these real, raw, and sometimes heartbreaking confessions. Until next time, trust your gut, question the narrative, and never, ever confuse a performance with real pain.